Here's the hard truth. In spite of the fact that educating a girl is one of the highest return investments available in the developing world, millions of girls just aren't making it. Right now, there are 66 million girls out of school, and many more who struggle every day to simply remain where they belong, in a classroom.
The morning of January 12, 2010, was bright and beautiful in a way that Wadley could not remember any other morning ever having been before. It was the dry season, when wildflowers bloomed, and flowers that bloomed on their own, without rain, fascinated some little girls. It made impossible things seem possible, unachievable things appear doable. And the flowers, the hibiscus, the azaleas, the bougainvilleas, they all looked even brighter when Wadley was happy.
Wadley, sonnerie, papa est pour l'école.
That morning, Wadley was working to memorize Toussaint Louverture's final speech as he was removed from Haiti by the French after he tried to win independence for the country. Wadley liked to imagine herself defiant, like brave Toussaint Louverture. But she also wished she had been given some words by women to recite. Brave and strong women, like her mother.
Wadley, yourself, tu crucifix.
Every day, Wadley brought 2 snacks from her mother's tray, one for herself and one for another child. That day, she chose a new friend, Shelda, a girl whose father had been killed the week before. He was a taxi driver, and someone had gotten into his car with a gun and asked him to get out. He had refused, and the person had shot him. Soon the moment came for Wadley and her classmates to recite their quotes from the history lesson.
Alexandra!
Wadley watched as some of her friends recited or failed to recite. Their stammers, stutters, and hesitations seemed to her like a long poem, a love poem to history.
Wadley?
En me renversant, on a abattu à Saint-Domingue que le temps de la liberté de Noirs poussera des racines parce qu'elles sont profondes et nombreuses.
That afternoon, all Wadley could think was it was the dry season when wildflowers bloomed. And these words seemed a perfect beginning for her composition and a fitting bookend to her day, for they seemed to emerge somehow out of the dream that she had been having that morning. Wadley could not remember how she and her mother got to the open field near the university. It was still the dry season, but wildflowers no longer bloomed. In the tent camp, she often heard the most dazed of the adults say, "Ashes to ashes, dust to dust." This they said when they were finally resigned to the fact that their missing loved ones would never be coming back. Life tried to return to normal, except now her mother roamed the city during the day, looking for friends and family from whom to seek help. And instead of school, Wadley went to the water fountain with a bucket. Every day now, as she passed through the camp and the ruins of her neighborhood, she thought about school. Sometimes, as she walked by the rubble of the school itself, she thought she heard the voices of her friends reciting the lessons that she now missed so much.
Wadley.
L'école a ouvert.
On connaît. Cherchez de l'eau pour moi, s'il vous plaît, Wadley.
L'école ouvre, à l'école.
Parce que je n'ai pas l'argent.
Money was still not completely clear to Wadley. She knew that there was never enough of it, that some people had more of it than others, and that it determined in many cases how people looked at you and talked to you and treated you. It was the reason some people ate 3 meals every day, while others ate every couple of days. It was why, she was learning now, that some kids went to school and others did not.
Wadley, bye-bye, à plus tard.
Bye-bye, Mom.
The next morning, Wadley decided that she would go to school and sit on the bench in front of Madame Roy along with the others. No matter that there was no money, that's what she would do.
Madame.
Bonjour les enfants, c'est vous.
Merci, Madame.
Où est Alicia?
For a moment, Wadley wondered how Madame Roy could not recognize her. But, remembered Wadley, the earthquake had twisted a lot of people's minds. Many people did not even recognize themselves anymore.
Oui, Madame, c'est la première ici.
Moi, je connais Wadley. Mais en réalité, ça c'est nouveau l'école. Maman paye moi l'école là déjà?
Non, pas de cob.
Moi, bien regrette ça. Mais obligé à la faire Wadley. Les hauts qu'à payer Wadley.
Wadley decided that even though money could do many things, it was also a curse, because only a cursed thing could keep her out of school. But she was not cursed. Hadn't she been hearing from her mother and the others in the tent camp that those who had survived the earthquake were blessed? Surely it meant that she was supposed to do something special. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, she thought to herself. The next morning, Wadley started for the tent school again. She wasn't sure what she was going to do, but she was determined to go and stay.
Est-ce que maman paye l'école là pour déjà, Wadley? Est-ce que maman paye l'école là pour déjà?
Non,
Est-ce que tu as déplacé la Wadley?
non,
Voilà, ka Wadley.
non.
C'est la dernière fois que je dis ça.
A tout wap voye m'tourner, m'a toujours ka fini jusqu'à pas m'arrêter.
Senti là?
A tout wap voye m'tourner, m'a toujours ka fini jusqu'à se m'arrêter.
And the flowers, the hibiscus, the azaleas, the bougainvilleas, they all looked even brighter when Wadley was happy. They even seemed to thrive from it.